Ready? Okay.
Okay, so in the passage it talked about how she taught DK math, and she basically was talking about basically the educational standards in America and how they didn't they taught things, but it wasn't really good substance. It taught them things to basically help them get through grades and everything. So she taught DK math, and she talked about Marlon, and she was like, no, she would never correct Marlon because she it wasn't exactly white privilege, but she was light skinned, so it made it where it's not that she wasn't able to be corrected, but the notion of correcting somebody when there's a racial hierarchy, somebody that's not the same color as you, say I'm black and they're white, the notion of correcting somebody is considered taboo because they have a certain social status that you don't have. It suggests that America doesn't value trying to promote having a good work ethic because she felt that basically wasn't enough for DK. How in Nigeria, they they never really mentioned anything about education, but when you get to America, it's supposed to be this great, glorious place that has supposed to basically have the best for you, but they don't even have the educational means to teach the kids. Mm. Oh, theme in that one is separation versus connection. So she related with DK the most, and that she was mostly found connecting to DK the most because they both didn't have a sense of identity. He struggled with whether he was Nigerian or American due to him being born in America, and she didn't really know who she was because she changed like the seasons depending on who she got with. So if she was with Blaine, then she changed to try to make herself fit a certain quota with him. So she, like how she changed her blog, and when she was with Kurt, she flattened her hair. She didn't really know who she was, so I felt that she related with DK due to him having struggles connecting with her. I said she felt like she had a love hate relationship with America because she said it hardened when she went there, like basically her emotions towards America because she loved the freedom that was associated with being in America, but not the label uh, that was the idea of labeling of being labeled as black in America. So she liked the freedom about it, but not the idea of race in America. Um, and at the bottom, it's talked about how she enjoyed McDonald's food in America. But at first, when she went to, which she liked the food there, but later on in the book, when she was with um, Kurt, she got so used to how he spoiled her with these luxuries that she didn't have in Nigeria, and she didn't have in the beginning because she was struggling and looking for a job. Couldn't have everything that he gave her, which was spoiling her basically. So when she asked was the potatoes frozen at the restaurant, she kind of sort of got used to the perks of being with someone of a higher race than her. So she liked the perks being associated with being with someone of a looked at as a more worthy race. Um, so she she her and DK they didn't really know who they was, and towards the end of the story they never really found out who they was. I think that when she went through everything that she went through in America, she had a better sense of who she was, but she never completely knew who she was since her identity was always attached to Obenze from the start. She was really back at where she began because she might have experienced all that, but I don't feel that anything really changed in her. So, and this passage connects to the author because it stated that the author, her parents, her mom, uh, I think one of them, they both were in some type of educational field. One was a doctor, and uh, I forgot what her mom was, but they her education, she had a chance.
You can finish your thought.
Okay, so she had a chance to I guess her parents influenced the fact that you need to have a hard work ethic, and that America may not be the best due to the struggles you have to deal with as being labeled as black, but to get the education and to have the freedom to not be open-minded, but to voice your opinion and be on the outside looking in to tell America about what the problems they have with race is worth.
In this particular excerpt, Efemalu is babysitting DK. He's a child, and he's in first grade. And she asked him, like, what you do in school the day before? And he's like, oh, we sat in the circle, and we shared our favorite things. And she's like, right, but can you do division? And he's like, but I'm only in first grade. And she's like, thinking back to her experiences where she was a first grader doing long division. So why do you imagine Adichie included the extreme contrast between educational standards in Nigeria and in America? Because DK does attend one of the better schools here.
Well, I feel that she compared them because America is, they try to portray this superior complex that they have some of the most smartest people, but they don't actually try to, they try to portray this superior complex, but when actuality they don't really have that. They try to teach the kids to make it appear as if they are learning something when they're really not, because I guess Nigeria, education is more valued in Nigeria than in America, because he went to one of the better schools, so that's like the norm, learning that baby work. So I guess education in Nigeria is valued more than America, and she wanted to show the contrast between that.
Okay. So my question is kind of, what was she looking to reveal? Because we know in the inception of the text, several people felt like if they couldn't get their children to go to school in America, then their children wouldn't have a proper education, right? So we have all of these families like dying to get their children in a school in America. And DK is in one, and his educational experience is subpar to the children who are already in Nigeria. So what was she trying to reveal?
I feel that she was trying to reveal the actual struggle that it takes to actually get a good education, and that education should be valued, because everywhere you go, it's not going to be the same standards, but just try to take advantage of your opportunities and value it, because somebody else that's probably next to you going to want that same opportunity.
Okay. Do you agree with her assessment of education? I mean, you can only reflect on the American experience. Do you agree with Adichie's estimation that education is subpar in the United States?
I would have to agree, because I feel the people in America, they're so used to having everything handed to them that they don't realize what they have until it's gone. So I felt that I do agree, because people in America, like you go to one school and say it don't work out, you can just go to the one right next to you. But the people in Nigeria don't have that opportunity to just I'm gonna go to another school, because you don't have that luxury. So I feel that she does I feel that I do agree with her thing, because I feel America they teach you math and everything, what they feel that you need to know, but they don't actually teach you how to prepare for life.
Okay. Thanks. 1 second. Thanks, Daijere.